25 soap spoilers, Emmerdale crash, EastEnders returns, Coronation Street kidnap, Hollyoaks attack. We've seen pictures of an upcoming EastEnders horror smash, heard tell of a dramatic soap first ahead in Coronation Street and been teased by universe-tilting events coming up in Emmerdale. But before we get excited about all of that, there's more carnage and chaos to get excited for. As a crash rocks the Dales, a kidnap horrifies Weatherfield, a killer attack unfolds in Hollyoaks and a highly charged three-hand adorns in Walford, the weeks ahead remain just as exciting as the blockbuster autumn and winter that will surely follow. Not quite enough for you? Hold your horses, as there's also a shocking injury, a big proposal, a return, a killer secret exposed, a gun drama, a baby shock and a romance. This is why we're soap fans, so much variety. Coronation Street. 1. Robert is beside himself with Michelle is missing, and even though the police confirm that Rich has a solid alibi once more, he is determined that his mate turned enemy is the culprit and launches a violent attack on him, leading to him being arrested. But does he have the wrong man? 2. Steve remains insistent that he wants to marry Leanne and tells her that he has grown to like her and it could be good for Oliver, but when Amy overhears Liz and Leanne talking about it, she immediately tells Simon. Meanwhile, Simon gets a proposal sewn onto a baby grow for Oliver and tries again with Leanne in public. Will she say yes? 3. Gary makes the mistake of doing a building job after a couple of drinks, and when his bricklaying isn't up to scratch, the scaffolding collapses and injures him. Not insured, Gary now faces paying the costs towards the damage and contacts Joe to accept the job in Ukraine. 4. Chesney steels himself to return to work, but his anxiety resurfaces when a stag do cause havoc in the kebab shop, causing him to suffer a panic attack and leave the premises unattended. Will he lose his job? And can he confide in Sinead what has happened? 5. As Eva continues with her revenge plot, Aidan almost catches her out when he asks her why she didn't tell him about her scan. At Toya's suggestion, Eva prints off a baby scan from online, but will Aidan fall for it? 6. Rosie really wants a job at Adam and Todd's law firm and sets out to prove herself when a client comes in looking for advice on a divorce. Taking pictures of her estranged husband with his mistress, Rosie wins round the client and makes her case much easier. Will Adam be impressed? 7. After Alia admits to Rana that she has the hots for Luke, she urges her to ask him out. Luke is amused to be called round to fix Alia's food processor only to find she has sabotaged it herself. Will he give in to her advances? EastEnders. 8. Mick is nervous as Linda finally returns and sets about getting the Vic in order, but before long, Linda is being given some home truths by Shirley. But as Linda reaches out to Mick, he can't take the guilt anymore and admits that he has kissed someone else. 9. Stephen gives more assurances to Abby that they will be together, but she wants Lauren gone, so involves Cora, who arrives and wants to get to the bottom of what is going on. Will Lauren open up to her, and will Cora rumble Stephen and Max? 10. Honey and Billy are going camping with the kids, and she has the bright idea of bringing Jack, Ingrid and the children along. Jack is not keen on the idea at all but eventually relents. Will it be a successful trip? 11. In a special three-handed episode, the Carter marriage falls apart as Linda confronts Mick and Whitney over the kiss, but Mick soon turns on her and refuses to take all of the blame. In the wake of a night that rocks their relationship, can Linda hold it together and hide the turmoil from the family? 12. Increases pressure on Max to get as much information as he can from Carmel, and so he decides to go public with his fake relationship and soon gets what he needs. But when he later snaps at Carmel, has he pushed her away? 13. Cora insists that Lauren speaks to Tanya and arranges for her to go and stay with her mum, which is the last thing that Stephen wants. As Stephen collars Max and seeks his help to sort it out, what will Max want in return? Emmerdale. 14. Robert makes himself comfortable at home farm, smug that he has managed to worm his way back in following Rebecca's struggles. But he is left frustrated when Lawrence returns early, and promptly slips sleeping tablets into his brandy. 15. Laurel comes round to see Emma under the cover of wanting a truce and apologizes before adding that they both know what happened on the bridge and using Emma's religion to prompt her to say something incriminating. As Ross overhears, will he discover the truth? 16. Pryor hits the bottle as she mopes over Pete and he reaches out to her to assure her that she will find someone else. After misreading the signals, Pryor leans in for a kiss, but has Sarah witnessed everything? 17. After hearing the commotion from the home farm zombie run, a drowsy Lawrence gets in his car and drives towards it, inadvertently causing a huge crash that puts several bystanders at serious risk. Will everyone survive? 18. After Jamie and his gang wind him up over being mates with Eric, Josh grabs Eric's gun and when it goes off, the police are called. Both Josh and Jacob are implicated, and when the police arrive to question them, Jacob refuses to drop Josh in it. But will he end up with a criminal record? 19. Charity is worried when she sees that Megan may be wavering over their revenge plot against Frank and so takes drastic action to ensure that she is kept on board. Just what is she up to this time? 20. Victoria admits to Diane that she still loves Adam but can't bring herself to forgive him for the kiss he shared with Vanessa. Is there no way back for them? Hollyoaks. 21. Dirk is horrified to learn that D.S. Armstrong plans to move in next door and vows to take matters into his own hands, violently confronting him and then disposing of evidence. When Armstrong is then reported missing, Cindy fears the worst about what Dirk has done. 22. Leela gives Zach another chance to prove himself with Daniel, but when the baby's crying becomes too much, Zach loses it and is caught by Courtney yelling at him. Zach promises it won't happen again, but later in the week, his temper rises again. 23. Nita and Hunter continue to try and steal time away together, but she keeps being distracted by Mac and the restaurant. And when she is emotionally trapped into agreeing to try for another baby with Mac, Hunter is heartbroken. 24. Tracy is released from prison and is immediately on edge to see that Darcy has wormed her way into the family, and vows to topple her. And the venue for a showdown is a dinner party that Maxine has planned, which soon spirals out of control. 25. Marnie manages to trick her way back into James' affections with the help of Mara and he forgives her, but will the harmony last?